Bam, just like that. That shit worked. Oh yeah. I'm about to take a ride. I'm about to take a ride on the Dan Ryan Expressway. Take a blunt ride with your boy one time. Fucking like this motherfucker. Can't even like this bitch. Fucked up. Hold on. Try one more time. Third time's a charm. Let me give you a heads up too. Like, I want y'all to show y'all some shit. Like, I know how to drive with my knees. So like I'm sitting there holding the phone, smoking this blunt. I'm actually driving the car with my knees. Like, I don't know if you can see that. See, like, I can. It takes a lot of practice. I've been doing this shit for years. Hey, how you doing? Hey, handsome. Hey, I like that. Thank you. It's an ego boost. But yeah, see, I'm shifting through traffic right now with no hands. See, I got this my left hand, my right hand. I'm actually driving with my knees. Wait, hold on. Hey, I made some bread. A nigga got balling, bro. I'm balling. Good luck, Anel. Oh, wait, no, who gave me the bread? I can't even see it. Say Shanice. Shanice per year. Hey, thank you for that bread. I'm balling. I'm balling, bitch. Hold on, I can't switch this shit around. I'm balling, bitch. I just made me some money. This whole video worth it now, shit. Hell yeah. Thanks for that donation. I ain't even have to get naked. All right, but look. Hold on. So we're going to talk about some shit. We're going to talk about some shit. Fucking like this blunt. Man, what the fuck? This is bullshit. I got $10, but I can't light a fucking blunt. Hold on, man. God damn it. Hey, if I crash this motherfucker, it's gonna be a dope ass live. So hold on. Damn. Talking about gender fluid. Ain't no fucking lighter fluid, nigga. Man, what the fuck? Are you serious? I did all this shit. Can't even smoke this motherfucker, bro. It's the end of the world for real, man. Shit, fuck, nigga, roll up a whole blunt. Lighter work one motherfucking time. If I crash this shit, it's gonna be a classic. I know some of y'all hoping I'll crash this motherfucker. If I do, it's gonna be a classic. That fucking lighter don't even work, bro. Alright, so look, fuck it, man. Just gonna get into it. So this video, I'm talking about I'm not a man no more. And I know, like, that strike a chord and I'm like, wait, hold on, wait, where you going with this shit? Like, what you mean you ain't a man no more? Like, yeah, surprise, surprise. I don't identify with that shit no more. So, typically, you know, the way this shit goes, like, you say, I'm not a man. It's okay, what the fuck are you, like, gay or something, like a homosexual or something? Like, no, ain't none of that shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But I've been doing a lot of research on gender fluid, transgender, shit like this. No, I'm not I'm not going trans. No, I'm not, you know, into, you know, with all due respect to trans people. But like, the more I've been researching the dialogue and the key words around transgender, I started learning hella shit. I was like, man, I gotta tell y'all this shit, Joe. Like, this is some shit you need to know. So like I'm about to tell y'all some shit that's gonna literally change your whole like outlook on life. And it's nothing deep, really. It's just you have to be in tune with what the fuck is going on right now. Like a lot of people is just same thing. Like I did a video yesterday about religion. I really didn't like the way, you know what I'm saying? I could have did it a lot better, but you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, the point remains the same, and that like people is just, you know, taking other people's word for shit without doing their own research. You know what I'm saying? So when you think when you think religion, 90% of people study spirituality, they be like, ah, man, fuck religion. And I'm here to tell you, like, no, it's not that simple, bro. This channel requires you to do the research. It's the same thing we talking about transgender, gender fluid, shit like this, and you kind of be like, oh, man, what the fuck? I don't want to know. But it's like, nah, bro, sorry, we got to talk about it. Because there's some shit that they write about. When you do the research, you find out that there's some truth in some of their philosophy, and we're going to talk about it. So, you know what I'm saying? One of the first things I want to talk about is like the aspect of like, okay, so there's a difference between like transgender and like gender fluid. Gender fluid, I'm neither one, but like I kind of relate more to gender fluid more so than transgender. Like gender fluid, they kind of don't go by like pronouns like he, she. They don't do. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and go through all that. Like that, I think that shit is stupid. You know, like, oh, don't refer to me as he or she. All that. Like, no, you can still refer to me as he. You know what I'm saying? I still see myself as a male. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between me and gender fluid people don't see male or female. I see male and female. I still see male and female. I just don't see man and woman anymore. And there's a difference, which we're gonna talk about. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be clear up front. And then, like, I'm not sitting here. This is not the typical rant you're gonna hear about gender fluid or transgender shit. I want to be clear up front. I do see male. I do see female. I do see gender. I just do not. Like I said, I don't identify with the concept of man and woman. So gender fluid people. You know what I'm saying? They have a notion where they say like man and woman is some terms that was made to put social constraints on men and women. Especially a lot of feminists who really believe this shit too, which is another reason why I started studying this shit real heavy, because like I was trying to gauge feminism without like going against it, but actually just like through unity, agreeing with them, and then see, okay, how far left we gonna take this shit. And then like, you know, it was a lot of feminists believe that, like, you know what I'm saying, that women are treated differently than men. But then you got certain transgenders who believe that, you know, they're in a man's body, but they're actually a woman. So I started to tell, I was like, wait a minute, okay, so like, who's really right here? From saying that, I started to ask myself, okay, well, you talk to a gender fluid person, they tell you there is no man, there is no woman. So then you talk to a transgender person, they tell you that they switch from male to woman. So part of the confusion there was like, okay, like if you gender fluid, you don't see male or female, then what the fuck are the transgenders doing? If they're switching from male to female, you don't identify with male or female, what the fuck do you call that shit then? So this is another reason why I don't identify with gender fluid. So then I started to weigh out what I was discussing with feminists, and then certain feminists were trying to discuss how women should be treated at an equal playing field with men. But then I was saying, well, you got men who wake up and feel that they're actually women. So how the fuck do you define that shit? And that if a man can wake up and say he's a woman, or a woman can wake up and say she's a man, then what the fuck is a man? What the fuck is a woman? You know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying? So like, you talk to certain gender fluid, certain trans people, they say you like, certain trans people believe you don't have to have the surgery in order to actually be a woman. Now you go look this up. There's actually in New York just recently, I think it was like a year or two ago, there's actually there's several men males with penises who are walking around in an all-female prison right now, but have been identified as a woman. Now mind you, they haven't had the surgery yet or nothing, but through the way that the court system works and through law, this has been determined legally, there are males with a penis and everything walking around in female prisons in New York right now, and you have to refer to them as a woman. Now, whether you agree with this or not, the law has said that that male is a woman. That's what the law is saying. So this is what I was saying. Okay, if a man can wake up and say he a woman, then what the fuck is a woman? You know, if a woman can wake up and say she's a man, what the fuck is a man? And the answer to that, you ask a trans will tell you somebody who identifies themselves as a woman. Like it don't matter if you're male or female. As long as you identify yourself as a woman, then you're a woman. It don't matter if you're actually male or female. As long as you identify yourself as a male, then you're male. This is what, not just rhetoric, this is what the law has changed. Like the law actually says this. Don't make no mistake. There are males with penises walking around in New York State prison right now. So man is no longer man, woman is no longer woman. I hope you getting the more you fight this shit, the more you start to realize, like when I started to realize, I was like, what the fuck am I holding on to being a man for? And then like, you think about like what men go through, you see what I'm saying? And then like, I was like, what benefit? It's the same thing, like people asking, man, what's the benefit of being married in 2020? If women are equal to men are equal to women, there's nobody quote unquote leading the marriage, like man can't lead the marriage no more. You see what I'm saying? It's supposed to be equal, 50-50. What the fuck is the point of getting married then? You see what I'm saying? To a man. So what is the man's benefit in going and literally, like, not necessarily getting married, but signing a marriage certificate? There's literally no benefit, and all you're doing is exposing yourself to risk. Like, the one thing I've heard people say that, like, a male gets benefit for marriage is, like, I think it's like a 10 or maybe 15% tax return that you get every year because you're married. And it's like, okay, let's just entertain that for a second. You get 10-15% extra a year, but you're still willing to risk losing 50% at any given time. So it's like you risk losing 50% to gain a 10% tax return every year. And it's like, yo, that's not a benefit. Like, you actually just risk. So, like, when you expose it, when you think like, man, this is literally what is designed over here in America for man. Like all the laws is written with the word man. All of the shit that most males decide to engage in is because, like, they done tricked your ass into thinking that shit right there. Oh, I'm a man, so I guess I got to do this shit. It's like, no, nigga, this whole shit was set up for you to say that exact shit. Like, oh, well, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. It's like, nigga, guess what? A woman can wake up and say, in 2020, a woman can wake up and say she man too. So, like, do you really have to do, like, what the fuck are you talking about? There is no more man. There is no more woman, like, in 2020. It's just male and female. Like, if you go look up the definition of male, they'll tell you a male is an adult. I mean, a man. If you go look up the word man, they say it's an adult male. So, you know, you start to think, like, okay, like, an adult male. Yeah, that sounds about right. A man is an adult male. But that takes away the whole connotation of what society does to man. Like, when you think of man and you think of human, you're like, okay, well, what's really the difference? What's the difference between man and human? There really is no difference. Only difference is that you basically took gender out of the picture. But, like, at the end of the day, I'm a human first. I'm not a man first. I'm a human first. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and just that thought alone is kind of leans into, you catch what I'm saying? Like, take a second and listen to what I'm saying. People treat man like a subspecies of human. Like if you treated me like a man, you're not treating me like a human. This is what it is. You, like, 90% of the time, you're not doing both. You treat men like men, you've lost the whole human regard. It's like all type, like any title you could do this. Like when they say, like, you think about all of the titles that they throw on men: father, dad, boss. Like, as soon as you start throwing these titles on a man, you start to lose the humanity. Like, you forget this motherfucker is human. You know what I'm saying? So, like, do you really treat dad human? Do you really treat your father human? Like, the same thing goes for women too. Like, do you really treat mom as human? It's like, no, she's human. Like, and you'll forget that you're human. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why I literally had to strip all titles with the exception of human. It's like, Joe, I'm strictly human. Do not refer to me as anything else but human. Because as soon as you refer to me as anything else other than human, then yeah, I didn't, like, yeah, right, good comment. I didn't fell into a spell. And, like, that's what the whole law is written. Like, it's written for that shit. Don't let the fact that if you go look up the definition of man, that it says an adult male, don't let that fool you. That's not all man is. Man is some, it's like, it spells. It's like some shit that you use to, it's like a voodoo doll. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'm gonna get a man, and it's like, no. Like, don't even expose your shit to that shit no more. So I'm saying, and you really should be thankful for the, like, for the gender fluid and the trans community and the things that they've done to condition our minds into, this is where all this shit is going. And, like, you figure, like, by the time, like, 2030, 2050 roll around, you see what I'm saying? This is where we headed. Like, the same way it's like offensive to talk about, like, if you're a white person talk about African Americans and vice versa, shit like that. Like gender is gonna be like, it's gonna have the same type of frequency because it's getting so it's getting outdated. You know what I'm saying? And this is why you need to choose your sides in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, do the research and find out where you stand in this shit. You know what I'm saying? I did. You know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, you're doing more research, like I was saying in the video yesterday, Saddam Hussein, I think it was back in 1980, you know what I'm saying, over in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? They refer to all of their males over there as magi. You know what I'm saying? You go look at the word magi. Magi is not man. It's a different way you have to engage a magi. Mind you, magi, some people say it's like a sorcerer. You know what I'm saying? Or like a magician and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, with the exception of the three wise men who were kings, apparently, you know what I'm saying? But, like, everybody else in the Bible who was a magi was apparently like a sorcerer or magician. You know what I'm saying? But the three wise kings or the three wise men were kings, but they were still the same. They were magi. They're called the biblical magi. So, like, it says, like, nowhere else, I don't believe, other than, like, Britain, you know, England, the UK and shit like that, and then, like, in America, do they refer to males as men. This is like an English word. You see what I'm saying? You really stop and think about what I'm saying. You go to any other language, like typically they do not refer to man as man. Like man is some shit that is used to put connotations on the male species in this in this region of Earth. So get from under that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like don't let people sit and tell you, oh well, a man is supposed to do this, a real man is supposed to do this. Like no, I'm human. Fuck that. Like no, I'm human first. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I identify with now in 2020 is just being human and being treated as human. Because just as soon as people start talking that shit, they try to start putting their little voodoo and little spells on you, and you fall under that. You start thinking, oh yeah, I'm a man, and you start poking your chest out. And it's like, bro, that shit is obsolete as fuck, bro. That shit don't even work on me no more. And I tell people like in the gate, like, man, that shit don't work on me no more. And you know what's so crazy too? We talking about, witchcraft, spells, voodoo, all that shit like that. When you tell, like, I heard a long time ago, like, it was like, Joe, like, don't none of that shit work unless you want it to work. Like I said, cat walk across the street, black cat walk across the street, superstitions and shit, like you walk under a ladder, bad luck. Like, that shit don't work unless you believe in it. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I started to, like, question like, the more I started getting confident in shit, I started looking at this, I was like, you know what? This shit don't work on me no more. It only work if you let it work on you. Because I don't believe in that shit no more. And like that's literally when I started to tell people about, when I run into a lot of situations where like people were trying to say, oh man, that shit don't work on me. And it's something about like practice saying that shit to people. You're gonna see what I'm saying. Like it sounds so simple, but unless you actually say that shit and realize what you're saying, it's like it's a way to reject spells. Practice saying that shit, Joe, that shit don't work on me. Like when people be trying to throw you through the emotional loop and the back and forth and all that shit, just be like, yo, that don't work on me. I don't have no interest. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. I've learned that like it just nips a lot of the shit in the bud because people be trying it all the time. Like people talk about God and shit. Oh well, God have mercy on you and all this. Like, man, that shit don't work on me, nigga. Fuck out of here. Like you don't even know. Half people saying that shit don't even know the Bible. Half people that's talking the shit they talking don't even know what the fuck they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, don't. If you a man living in 2020, moving forward 2021, 22, 23, moving forward, next couple years. And you still sitting there telling yourself, man, I'm a man, fuck that, I'm a man. Ask yourself, why are you saying it? Because, you know what I'm saying, like we all masculine, we all males, we have penis, testosterone, all that shit. It's like, but you have to remember, through the bastard language and the vocabulary, you say, I'm a man. It's like, no, you're not, bro. It's just some shit that, it's like, some shit that they told you. Truth is based on success alone, success. So like, you know what I'm saying? You think about it, right now in 2020, you got men saying they're females, you got females saying that they're men, and then you got males walking around with penises in a prison right now. So you ask yourself, is it successful? Is the term man and woman, are we still successfully can say that men are men and women are women today? No, we cannot. That system has failed. Make no mistake, that system has failed, that system is over. There are males walking around with panties on in New York prison right now with a penis, and we have to address them as women. So that system is done. There is no benefit for you in 2020 as a male species to be walking around telling yourself, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, fuck that, I'm a man. It's just like signing a marriage certificate. There's no benefit in doing that shit no more. The best thing you can do is shed the term man and make people respect you as a human being first and learn that vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing I can suggest for a man to do in 2020 because like you think about the feminists, you know what I'm saying? You can't defeat feminists by going back and forth. You got to go through it. You got to have this vocabulary. You got to basically make them understand that like, Joe, ain't no such thing as women. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no such thing as men either. It's all just a social construct. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope that what I'm saying makes sense. And like I said, make no mistake, I still see male and female. I still see, you see what I'm saying, gender, you know what I'm saying? But I don't identify with man and woman no more. So, and I hope that, what I said make enough sense for you to identify what I'm saying and think about it, do some more research. I'm not here to convince you. So I'm just here to inspire you to go to think and go do more research to up your vocabulary about these topics that they throwing around, you know what I'm saying, in the news, in the media, all over social media. Like, you want to be on point, you know what I'm saying? You want to have a vocabulary and be gone through the dynamics and the back and forth of, these topics. Hold on, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? No, sit your ass right there. Stupid ass. No. I told you I might fuck around, crash this motherfucker. It's gonna be a classic. Let me run in here and get the fucking lighters or the shit. You know, let me take my ass home. That motherfucker cold. So yeah, man, yeah, thanks for the donations. You know what I'm saying? I definitely could use that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely one in the stock market. I'm not gonna smoke that shit or go put that shit in my gas tank or no stupid shit like that. I'm gonna go invest that shit in the stock market. So I want to say thanks again for all the donations. And if y'all need to hit me up, y'all can reach me at K-Blao@hotmail.com. KUNGBLAO @hotmail.com. And I respond to most of my emails. I've met a lot of very interesting people off this page. So I met people from all over the world off this page. It's the world, Craig. The world, Craig. I met people from all over the world, Craig. Nigga, all this time I'm sitting there right now, I find a whole nother lighter. Fuck, see how this shit is, man. Aquarius and Saturn like a motherfucker, yo. We gotta deal with this shit for like another 2 years. Some bullshit, yo. I can't even smoke. A nigga can't even smoke. God damn. Nigga can't even smoke. The fuck? I'm gonna crash this motherfucker one time. Alright, so we back on the road. So yeah, make sure you hit me up on the email. All that good shit. You see what I'm saying? I would read this shit, but I ain't trying to crash this motherfucker for real. That's just good content to say. Like, I actually don't want to crash this motherfucker. So I can't really read y'all motherfucking comments. You see what I'm saying? But, which I appreciate all the comments. See, I'm trying to read this shit and I can't. So, yeah, I hope I say some shit that makes some sense to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make you think. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here if I crash this motherfucker. And we gonna end this motherfucker the same way we began, lighting the motherfucking blunt. And just for the record, I do buy my lighters in bulk. The motherfucker was dead. And this is the circle. So, alright, I'm out at y'all. You dig?